Okay, guys, welcome back. I'm sure you've watched tutorials 1, 2, and 3, and part 2 of number 3. So now we're getting into number 4, and basically, tutorial 4 is all about understanding your numbers. What do I mean by understanding your numbers? Tell you what, let's talk about it. Again, this is the Ice Fire Ninja, Warframe Xbox One, clan leader of the Alpha Dogs clan. So, guys, let's go ahead and get into the meat and take a look. So, I'm going to go ahead and go into my Vault Prime. And here's what I have currently equipped. Let's go ahead and go over to Config B, and I'm going to show you what it looks like with nothing on here. So, Vault Prime, okay, at rank 30. Getting 100 armor, 300 health, 300 power, 450 shield base. 1.0 sprint speed, power duration, power efficiency, range, and strength, all at 100%. So, what do all these mean? I'm sure if you played Warframe at all, you probably understand a little bit of this at least. Armor, well, at 999 armor, you take barely no damage. And I think there's only one Warframe that can really pull that off, but I'm not quite sure what it is. I don't remember the name. But that's not what we're here to talk about. So, the higher armor that you have, and if you played any role-playing game, you're already going to know this. Armor mitigates damage. Mitigate? What's that mean? Okay, so mitigate means it's going to reduce the incoming damage. So, let's say, theoretically, 100 armor meant it would reduce 100 damage per hit. Now, I'm not saying that's the way this game works. I'm just giving you an example. You're wearing armor that gives you 100 armor. So, 100 points of defense, basically. So, if 1 point of defense reduced by 1 point of damage, then I'm going to hit you with an axe that does 200 damage to you. Well, your armor is going to block 1 damage per point, so it's going to reduce you by 100 damage, theoretically. So, instead of taking 200 damage, you're only going to take 100. That's what armor does. That's what it's there for. Your health? Well, your health is just like your blood in your body. If you lose too much blood, you die. With health, you've obviously got a shield protecting you first and foremost. But once your shield's gone, every hit you get is going to take away your health or your blood. Now, there are ways to regenerate it or get it back up. I have a team health restore. The red orbs on the ground will rebuild your health. There's an aura that will heal over time, things like that. But in this scenario, no, we don't have any of that. So after your shield, your health starts going down, getting hit. There are types of damage that can bypass your shield, skip it entirely, and just damage your health. It doesn't matter if your shield's still up or not. If your health goes to 0, then you're going down for the count, and you have to get revived. Your power. Okay, so for example, with Volt, if you hold down RB on any Warframe, and you press Y, for example, with Volt, it's the shockwave, it's overload. If you press X, if you press A or B while holding down the RB button, these are going to be your special attacks. These are your powered attacks.
New alert mark
And these actually utilize the blue bar on the lower right of your screen. Now, with Shield, obviously, you're going to see your blue bar and your red bar on by your health at the top of your screen. Those are going to tell you exactly how much shield you have, which will recharge after you stop taking damage for a short time, and then your health. So you want to keep your health as high as possible, and your shield, even if you take damage, duck behind cover where it's safe, or once you kill all the mobs, then then your shield's going to recharge, and you collect those, you get enough power, and you can cast. That's how you do that. Now with shield, obviously, you're going to see your blue bar and your red bar on by your health at the top of your screen. Those are going to tell you exactly how much shield you have, which will recharge after you stop taking damage for a short time, and then your health. So you want to keep your health as high as possible, and your shield, even if you take damage, duck behind cover where it's safe, or once you kill all the mobs, then then your shield's gonna recharge, and that's gonna be what your shield does. Sprint speed. The higher your sprint speed, the faster you run. All there is to it. Power duration. Now, let's say I have an ability that would, like Frost, put a Frost Globe over a cryopod in a defense mission. Well, any enemies that go into it slow down like they're frozen, and they don't attack nearly as fast. So, what's the benefit of this for anybody else? Power duration. The higher percentage you have this boosted, the longer any timed ability is going to last. Volt has a shield wall that he can put up. It prevents incoming damage for most weapons. With that being said, it lasts, I think, like 9 seconds or something. With this at 30%, it would last about 1/3 longer. 130%, I mean, sorry. That means it would last 1/3 longer, approximately. So almost 12 seconds. That's what power duration means. It's going to make your powers last longer. Power efficiency, okay. Let's get into this. I have a power that takes 100 energy. I know I don't, but let's say for an example, I have a power that takes 100 energy. There's 100%, 100 energy. So 1% equals 1 energy point, right? So let's say I have power efficiency from 100% and I increase that to 25. So from 100 to 125%. So that means it's going to reduce the power cost of casting that ability. So instead of taking 100 energy, since I boosted it by 25%, it's going to reduce my power cost by 25%, or 25 points on a 100-point cast. So the higher you have your power efficiency, the less power it's going to take for all of your abilities. Power range. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. The higher percentage you have there, the further out your ability will be able to hit. So my shockwave may only go 10 meters, or my overload, sorry, I call it my shockwave. Sounds better, honestly. But let's say that I have this max out to 150%. That's 50%, or 1/2 more distance. So instead of 10 meters, it would go 15 meters. And the further out it goes, the more enemies I hit. Plain and simple. So with your other abilities, it's all going to have the same effect. It's going to make them reach out further. Kind of like hitting somebody with a dagger or hitting somebody with a 20-foot whip. Make sense? Power strength. Simple explanation, simple description. The higher percent you have this, the more damage it's going to do when it hits. Simple, right? Okay. With those being said, guys, guess what? This is explaining your numbers. Now, part 2, coming up here shortly, we'll get into the deep and dark dungeon of how to get your mods in the right way to do the best amount of damage. Thank you guys for watching. Again, this is the Ice Fire Ninja Xbox One Warframe Alpha Dogs Clan.